6A, which is ratios, rates, and conversions. Like I said, if you don't know the conversion, so we're going to be going from like inches to feet or yards to meters or whatever it is, okay? You good? Yeah. If you don't know the conversion, you good? Yeah. Okay. Google it. Just type in 12 inches equals how many feet, or 1 centimeter equals how many meters, okay? You can Google it, it will give you the conversion, and then you can use that conversion to do what you need to do. So please don't write all of this down right now. That is a waste of your time. You can go to page 1936, or you can Google it. I just want you to see this is what it looks like at the back of your book, okay? All right, so first thing, we are going to talk about a ratio. Anyone know what a ratio is?
Like
comparing things, right. You're comparing two different numbers, right? So a ratio, we would say it compares two numbers by division. Because a ratio is going to look like something over something, right? So we're comparing A to B. And sometimes they write it as a fraction like that, or sometimes they'll write it with a colon in between, A to B, or sometimes they'll just write the word to in between, A to B, but they're all the same thing. Okay, it's comparing the letter A to the letter B. It's comparing a number to another number. So whatever A and B represent. Thank you, sir. Sure, on my desk is great. All right, so let's say, I'm going to draw you a pretty picture here. You have this setup. We have, do you know what these are?
butterflies?
Oh, they're flowers. So there's some flowers here.
Can we draw those?
You can if you want. You don't have to. It's a flower. But you can call them butterflies if you want. What they are doesn't matter. It's what color they are that matters. Okay, so say you have this set of flowers or butterflies, depending on what you see them as. If I ask you, what is the ratio of red flowers to blue flowers? Any guesses what your ratio is?
5 to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 to 3.
5 to 3, right? You have 5. Oops, I wanted to do that in red. You have 5 red flowers. You have 3 blue flowers. So your ratio of red flowers to blue flowers is 5 to 3. So question then, what's your ratio of blue to red? 3 to 5. You just write it in a different order, right? So whatever number they ask, or whatever color, or whatever sampling they ask for first, that's your top number. And then what they ask for second is your bottom number. So blue to red would be 3 to 5, okay? That's a comparison of the two things. Questions on that?
So the bigger number is A.
No. Whatever number they said first is A. So like in this, we said red first, so red goes on top. Here we said blue first, so blue goes on top. Okay, so just look at what they're asking about. Okay? Okay, so ratios. So basically, think of it this way. If we're saying the ratio of boys to girls in this class, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boys. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 girls. Who are we missing right now? Did I count wrong?
That's 7.
1, 2, 3, 7 girls. Did I skip? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure is. Thank you. So if we have 5 boys and 7 girls in the class, the ratio of boys to girls is what? 5 to 7. What's the ratio of girls to boys? 7 to 5, okay? What if I said the ratio of boys to girls was 1 to 2? Boys to girls. What does that mean? A 1 to 2 ratio. 1 boy, 2 girls. So there's twice as many girls as there are boys, right? That's a 1 to 2 ratio, okay? Okay, so can anyone tell me what a rate is? So we said a ratio is a comparison of 2 numbers. What's a rate? A rate. So a rate is this. It's comparing quantities with different units, okay? So a rate would be like miles per hour, right? Or feet per second, or inches per day, right? You're just comparing 2 different units. So when we talk about, or here's another one, dollars per ounce, okay? Those are all rates. When we talk about what's called a unit rate then, you're still doing the same thing as a rate, but you need a denominator of 1. Okay? So miles per hour, how many miles in 1 hour? Feet per second, how many feet per 1 second? How many dollars per 1 ounce? Okay, that's a unit rate. So what's going to happen with this is you're going to use unit rates, and this is something so applicable to your everyday life, guys. I use this all the time, okay? And someday if you shop frequently, you'll use it all the time too. A unit rate helps you figure out what's the best price on something. So like you have a box of cereal that's 22 ounces, and you have a box of cereal that's 34 ounces, and the price here is $2.50, and the price here is $3.75. Well, which one's the better deal? Okay? You figure it out by finding a unit rate. So let me show you what a unit rate is in this example. So if I said you have a store where it's $25 for two shirts, okay? You have a store where it's $45 for 4 shirts, and you have a store where it is $30 for 3 shirts. Okay, my question is this: what is the best price for 1 shirt? If you're purchasing this in these amounts, what's the best dollar for 1? What do?
You would divide 25 by 2 and 45 by 4.
Right, so you're finding a unit rate. So we're gonna go 25, Okay, for this first one, you're gonna go 25 over 2, okay? For the second one, you're gonna do 45 over 4. And for the third one, you're gonna do 30 over 3, okay? So if you plug those into your calculator, 25 divided by 2 is 12.5. What does that mean? It's $12.50 per shirt, okay? I keep forgetting to change colors. So this would be $12.50 per shirt. Okay, the second one, 45 divided by 4, you get $11.25 per shirt. Okay, and then the third one, 30 divided by 3 is $10 per shirt. Dustin, put the pencil away, please. So here are your answers. These are called your unit rates. We divided so that our denominator now is 1. Which one's the best deal? 30 for 3, right? That's the cheapest price per shirt. So your best deal is to buy the 3 shirts, for $30. Okay? Questions on that? All right. So like I said earlier, you're going to be using what are called conversion factors. Okay, and conversion factors are ratios, so something over something that equal 1. Okay, so conversion factors always equal 1, but with different units. Okay, so let me give you an example, and then maybe we'll see if you guys could come up with an example for me. For instance, 12 inches to 1 foot. Okay, 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. So this right now equals 1, even though 12 over 1 is equal to 12, right? Because 1 is inches and 1 is feet, they're equal to each other. And something over the same thing is 1. So it doesn't look like 1, but it is 1, okay? Because 1 is inches and 1 is feet. Okay, so tell me, if I did minutes and hours, can you tell me what would go on top and what would go on bottom so that they equal 1? How many minutes and how many hours? 1 hour on the bottom is how many minutes? 60. Okay, so that's one of the conversion factors that you're going to use quite a bit. What if I said days over hours? How many days for how many hours? 1 day is 24 hours. So they are the same thing. They're just given in different units. So it really is 1, even though it looks like 1 over 24, right? It's just helping us change from hours to minutes, or minutes to days, or minutes to hours, okay? They are converting things into different units. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a problem where we have to convert something. So example 2 here, we're going to take 330 minutes. And we're going to turn that into some number of hours, okay? So we already did this up top here. We said 60 minutes is 1 hour. But here's the thing. Right now, we are in minutes, right? So we have 330 minutes. Technically, you can think of that if you want over 1. That's a numerator, right? I want to cancel out my minutes and turn it into hours. So here's where you have to be really careful. Where would I have to put my minutes if I want to cancel them out? On the top or on the bottom? On the bottom, right? You cross cancel. So if I put minutes on the bottom and I want to convert them to hours, then I'm going to set it up hours over minutes. Now you have to ask yourself, what's the conversion? Well, for 1 hour, there are how many minutes? 60. So we're going to put a 60 on bottom. And now you're just doing a multiplication problem. Our minutes are canceled out. So our units are going to be hours. And if I multiply on top, 330 times 1 is 330. On bottom, 1 times 60 is 60. So you're just going to do 330 divided by 60, okay? 330 divided by 60 is 5.5. And then our units are what? Hours. So the question was 330 minutes equals how many hours? Your answer, 5.5. Okay? Don't worry about it if that's a little confusing to you right now. This is not the easiest thing right off the bat. We're going to do another one. Let's say I do 15 kilograms equals some number of grams. Okay? You probably don't know the metric system as well as you know our US conversions. That's okay. What did I tell you to do if you don't know the conversion? Google it or look at that page in the back of the book. Okay? So we're going to start with 15 kilograms. And we're going to multiply by some conversion factor. Where do I put kilograms to cancel it out? On the bottom. And kilograms converts to grams. So we're going to put grams on top. Anybody know that conversion? Do you know what kilo is? Kilograms, kilometers, kilo seconds, kilo. What is kilo? Anybody?
100,
Not 100, it's 1,000. It's 1,000, okay? So here's what it is. 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams, okay? So get rid of the kilograms. And what we're left with is, you can put this over 1 if you want. You don't need to. If you just multiply across, 15 times 1,000 is 15,000. What's on bottom? 1. So you don't even need it, okay? What is our units? Grams, right? 15,000 grams. So 15 kilograms is 15,000 grams. Okay? I keep thinking that's my baby. Yes, grams. All right, let's do one more. This one's a little bit different. So if I have 5 feet, 3 inches, and I want to convert that just to inches, okay? Here's the thing. You have some inches already, but you also have feet. So we're going to break this one up into different parts. How do I convert 5 feet into some number of inches? Where am I going to put feet to cancel it out? Top or bottom? On the bottom. Okay, so feet on bottom and feet convert to inches. What numbers do I need to put in? How many inches for how many feet? 12 inches is 1 foot, right? So now my feet canceled. So feet are gone. And I just multiply across. 5 times 12 is 60. I have 1 on bottom. So 5 feet, 3 inches. Now here's where you have to be careful. We said 5 feet is 60 inches. They want to know 5 feet, 3 inches is how many inches. So what do I do with that 60? Just add 3, right? So 5 feet is 60. We're going to add 3 to that. So it's 63 inches instead of 5 feet, 3 inches. Does that make sense? Those are called conversions, okay? We're converting our units. All right, last question then. This is just a little more of a real world version of it. It says a tower is about 1,815 feet tall. We want to know how many meters tall is it? Okay, so right now it's in feet. We want to know meters. So you always start with the number they gave you first. So it's going to be 1,815 feet. Okay, and why don't you do this for me just so I know that you can figure out the conversion? Get out your iPad and Google how many feet in 1 meter? Or you could say how many meters in 1 foot. You could do it either way.
What? How many feet in 1 meter?
How many feet in 1 meter or how many meters in 1 foot? You can use either conversion because it's going to convert it accordingly.
3.28.
3.28 feet in 1 meter. Okay, all right, so if that's our conversion, did everyone figure out how to do that conversion? Did you find it in Google? I want to cancel out feet. So where are feet going to go? On where? On the bottom. So feet on bottom, which means meters on top. What number goes on top? This is our conversion, right? What number goes on top? Not the 3.
Oh, 1.
1, right? We have meters on top. So 1 meter is 3.28 feet. Okay? That means our feet cancel, and we're left with some number of meters. How do I plug this into my calculator? If we multiply across, the top is being multiplied by 1, so that's 1,815. The bottom is 3.28. So you're just going to plug in 1,815 divided by 3.28. What do you get? Anyone got a calculator handy? No. Right, so if we round it, it's approximately 553 meters tall. Okay, so you're just converting things. You're changing things from one unit to some other unit. Questions on that? Okay, don't forget that Google can help you a lot with what your conversion factor is, and then you can plug it in to solve it. Good on that?